Hey, Merry Christmas. I know, we're a little off season here. Hey, welcome to the TW's book series. I'm Christina, KRSTINA. This is where we read books, talk about books, no special effects, no theme music, none of that fancy stuff going on here. I just read books and I report back to you. That's it. Just read them and report back to you. And we're reading Christmas right now. The Night Before Christmas. And we read 12 Slaves of Christmas. So now we're reading The Night Before Christmas. And then I haven't decided if I have the patience for slashing through the snow. I'm not sure if I have the patience yet. We'll see. Yes, ma'am. What do you want? My stuff is everywhere. Got a globe. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you... Where's my other one? My other one fell apart. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. Alright, stop it with the stupid stuff. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Can I help you? There's a child looking at me from the other side of my computer. So anyways, where were we? The night before Christmas. So, Holly is our main character, and then she has her mother and father, and then we have Evan, who is the sheriff, and Wendy owns the Busy Bean, and Millie and Jean, their store name changes. The last time it was sweet scent candles. This book is fudge. Mr. Fleece, the rainbow guy, and Paula Beach have gotten married, so they're not in this one. And Caroline West owns Sweet Treats and is Holly's best friend right now. And her father is a judge, and she got roped in to go into this party with this guy that she did not want to go to, who already was involved with somebody else. But the parental situation made them go to this party, and on the way home, they were videotaped with him trying to grope her and her saying to him, keep your hands off of me or else. And then she goes and hangs out with Holly for a while, blah blah blah. The next morning, he's found dead behind her store with her knife, her monogram knife. She's been set up precisely. So we gotta find out who killed this guy. And even though Holly has promised Evan she won't do any sleuthing on her own, she does sleuthing on her own. And she gets the warning notes like last year. And then Evan has been apparently it's been a year between books. Now that's not how it worked with the Vicky Delaney books. And I'm really liking those Vicky Delaney books. If you haven't seen those videos, they aired a couple of months ago, so go check those out. But, so this is a year later, and her and Evan haven't really moved any further in their relationship. In fact, they've been a little strange, and he's been keeping secrets. And she thinks he's got another woman, and all this misunderstanding happens, and blah, blah, blah. And then it turns out his sister is in town. So she's got a story, so that's a story there. And then the evidence mounts up against Caroline, so he has to arrest her. So she spends several days in jail. And Holly's mom is they have two contractors. One contractor that reminds them of Santa Claus, because he's short, he's beard, the whole belly, the whole 9 yards, and he's got 5'5" men who work for them as elves. Then she's got another contractor who's very, very incompetent who works inside. And so one is building an inn for Holly. They're going to have an inn attached to the restaurant. And Holly's going to manage it for the next book. And then they've got the inside contractor who's doing horrible stuff. So we'll see what happens there. But so she spends the whole book investigating who would have it out. And she joins a gym and she does all this stuff and she gets involved with all these people and she does all this stuff. And Evan is not too pleased with it. And then once her and Evan clear up their little misunderstanding, it's good. But then there's Ray. Ray Griggs, he's the newspaper reporter. And his mom is having a relationship with this guy. But she won't marry this guy until she gets Ray's approval. So, and at first there was a little romancy thing between Ray. Ray was hoping for some romancy thing between him and Holly, and he claimed he knew Holly from high school, but Holly's never actually remembered. But the grades were too far apart for her to remember, but he remembered her. So we thought she was going to pursue a relationship with her, but that didn't happen. And he found somebody else at the end of this book. So he's got his own. And Holly and Evan have sort of kind of come to terms with stuff. But she does get in a whole lot of trouble trying to find who done it and clear her best friend's name. And she also spends a lot of time doing her jewelry and making her arts and crafts and stuff like that. So, if you want to go to Mistletoe Town for reindeer games, and every time they say reindeer games, I'm thinking Big Brother. And if you don't know what Big Brother is, I'm so thinking about asking Taran for an interview, to interview him for his book, because he did an interview the other day with people that only had 100 subscribers. I'm like, I've got 800. Maybe he'd come by me. Fingers crossed I still have 800 after this video. So who knows? But he's got a book out. But I would talk book, but I would also, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? What did you think? I am just a huge Big Brother fan. So, anyways, we'll have to see what happens, how much trouble Holly gets in through all this book. And if she frees her girlfriend Carolyn, and what's going on with Evan and his sister. Sorry, that was a spoiler. And who does Ray hook up with? And why does that kind of annoy Evan a little bit? We'll see what happens. You have a good one.